First of all, I'm super stoked.
Why? What's?
Because you're back.
Oh, I haven't been back in a while?
Yeah.
Or what? I haven't been invited?
Ebola, what was it? No, it wasn't that you were uninvited. You were invited. You were invited. You just didn't show because you were. And there he is. There he is coughing.
Yeah, I got ill.
So what's funny is we together, all of us actually, we went to Vegas.
Yes.
You left your wife and 2 kids at home. You're like, yeah, they're really sick. Screw them. And then you came to Vegas with us.
Came back.
What was it? It was a 24-hour trip. It was supposed to be like 3 days.
Oh, yeah. For you guys.
Yeah.
Mine was always 24 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is going to be a rough one.
Dude, we hit Cipriani for lunch.
Which I've never been there. That was entertaining.
It was entertaining.
Food,
the food was disgusting.
When
It was disgusting.
I forgot how bad that sandwich was.
Dude, that was the worst chicken salad sandwich.
Dude,
the only one who was smart was Dan Fleischman, who ordered gnocchi.
And Dean. Dean ordered the
Caviar.
Never seen a guy order caviar for lunch.
At least at lunch.
At lunch, never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard money Dean.
Ballin', bro.
One of us is. But then what did we eat for dinner? Oh, we had
Prime Steakhouse, I think.
Prime
Yeah.
at Bellagio with Brad Lee.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm just name dropping.
Yeah, name drop it. We saw like one guy at from that movie, Better Call Saul or whatever.
Oh, yes.
Forgot his name.
It wasn't Better Call. Oh, yeah, it was.
It was the bald guy.
It was the bald guy. The guy who like gets rid of people.
Yeah. We should have said hi to that guy.
Could have been weird.
But then I got sick. On the way out, when I left you guys, I played blackjack. Made some money.
Nice.
Made like $500.
Did you really?
This shit paid for itself, bro.
Wait, you didn't pay for anything.
Dude,
can I get a cut of that?
You get a commission. You get
all right, cool.
10%.
I love it. Well, so you
I came back and then died.
Yeah, really. You've been out. Today is Lev. Are we supposed to say what day it is?
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay, today's Tuesday or Wednesday.
And I was out on that Saturday.
Yeah.
And one day I slept for almost 17 hours out of the 24.
Dude, that's
weird.
Or
at least I lay in bed.
And by the way, for people who don't know, Josh is the only friend that can I even call you a friend?
Some days.
Yeah.
It depends.
Who wakes up and goes to the gym at 4:30 a.m. and showers, steam room showers, gets dressed, makes breakfast for the kids. I
come back, help, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a machine. And then,
so it's like by like 6 a.m. when the kids are like getting up, you're already done with like all those things.
Everything. Yeah.
It's amazing.
But the problem was with this, it didn't get better.
Right.
The first 2 days I was like, oh, all right, I'll be dead. The kids had the same thing, same symptoms.
But it wasn't COVID.
It tested negative for COVID, tested negative for the flu, tested negative for AIDS. Like, didn't know what it was.
Sucks.
At the end of the day,
So many good people.
3, 4, 5 days went by, and I was like, all right, there's something wrong. But nothing was wrong. It was just, I was a wussy.
You had some sort of like RSV or maybe something.
Just a wussy.
All right.
Apparently.
No, you're the strongest guy I know.
But I'm back.
Okay, cool. Well, listen,
I'm going to cough.
I'm super stoked that you're back. We'll edit the coughs in post.
Okay.
Level put the link down here. Never mind. Too soon.
Cough syrup.
For a cough syrup. Yeah.
Down below.
We'll put it down below. And when he says down below, he's talking about like the description of the video, which nobody ever goes to.
We've gotten good at that. We've gotten better.
No, it was supposed to be like a text, like our video, like image overlay. That's what we were always shooting for.
It'll be down below.
Yeah. Perfect.
Good try.
Very helpful.
At least you guys are now on the same page.
Yeah. I'm on the page of please do this. And Lev's on the page of,
It will. Don't worry, boss.
Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. So listen, we have a few points we're going to hit today. First point is Airbnb. Second point, real estate commissions, because that's hot with the NAR.
Hot.
And then the third, of course, is TikTok.
Ooh, which one? Where do you want to start?
Naked ladies.
Naked ladies Airbnb.
Naked ladies Airbnb. Should we start there?
Yeah.
Lev, do we have to edit that?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right, cool.
That's probably why the ban happened, right? Is that what we're going to talk about? The ban?
I think so. Yeah. Like I don't own any Airbnbs. I know that was a hot topic probably coming out of COVID, right? It was like, how many Airbnbs do you have? I'm going to leverage my capital. I'm going to get a loan. I'm going to rent this house out. I'm going to, put a bunch of IKEA furniture and make money hand over fist.
Mm-hmm. And you do sometimes at the end of the day.
Do you? You have
I have 3. 2 that I own, 3 that I manage. So 2 out of the 3. Did I give you my virus already? That's
I don't
crazy.
think so. I think this is just Persian
Food.
making me burp.
Oh, okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. But yeah, Airbnb came out with this thing where they're banning indoor cameras, outdoor cameras that point at private areas. It's like really weird.
Wait, which private areas are we talking about?
Things that like I have an outdoor shower.
Oh, okay.
And so they're like, you can't have a camera in the backyard at all.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that kind of makes sense, but it doesn't for outdoors. Like it's there.
I mean, I can see it from both sides, right? Like I have a nice house. I have indoor cameras.
But why would you have indoor cameras as an Airbnb host? Like, I don't get that.
Maybe deface. Again, I don't know. I don't own Airbnbs. Like if I want to buy real estate, I don't buy Airbnbs. I buy a REIT. Although REITs are getting crushed right now just because of interest rates and like valuations. But I don't think it's a good idea to buy Airbnbs either. Guys like Ryan Pineda and Brad Lea and these types of influencer people who own like a lot of real estate, they're getting crushed. It was a bad decision.
Yeah.
It was a bad decision to not only invest with them and alongside them, but to think that that was a good asset allocation for your money right now.
Yeah.
When you start seeing interest rates continue to get ratcheted up, right? You want to move away from the asset class that's tied to those rates. That just doesn't make sense because the valuations aren't going to keep up with the rates. So it's a lose-lose. It's a lose-lose bet, and the only hope you have is for appreciation. But I think, for these guys that are buying properties in Idaho, Wyoming, Montana,
Nashville.
I mean,
Like that.
yeah. I mean, I don't want to get too real estate-y on this topic, but like I just read an article in the Wall Street Journal. We're kind of pivoting away from Airbnbs, but it was like there's a real estate reckoning going on in Austin right now.
Oh, yeah.
Right? A lot of people moved there. There's this like great like migration of tech people, specifically from California to Austin, Texas, to Dallas as well. But the tech people really kind of like filed into Austin.
And the prices went up way too fast in Austin.
Yes.
Compared to California, to be honest with you.
It created inflation in Texas.
Yeah, which is really scary for Texans because they never have real estate issues.
Oh, their
have so
property
many.
tax keeps property valuations in check.
But they're also going to have a lot of sticker shocked individuals who purchase because they don't know that property tax gets reassessed on the new value every single year.
Yeah.
It's not like here where it's
if you add on to your house or if you build a pool, right? Or if you refinance, that would cause, right, the property tax
not over there.
to get reassessed.
Over there every single year.
Yeah.
So I had a friend who bought a house for like $600,000. It's
Right.
now worth $1 million.
Yeah. Property
It's-
taxes doubled.
Doubled. He had no clue.
And their rate at which the property is taxed is already double. And I'm sort of,
It is 2.25.
yeah it's
you're
like,
right.
I'm looking at it and I'm benchmarking their tax rates against California. California's high, but it's about half of what Texas is. And so I think one, you've got, you were talking about Airbnbs and how that was like a great idea. That's faded. That's why it's called a fad.
Yeah.
Right. And so you have greater scrutiny both on Airbnb hosts, right? And obviously the technology, right, that's connected to their Airbnbs, because Airbnb doesn't want to be sued. That's where this is coming from.
Yeah.
But also, right, the valuations, the laws against Airbnbs, talk about that.
So Airbnb, do you think they're here to stay? I think they're here, but I don't think they're here to stay. I think they're going to get bought out or fade out into kind of the wilderness. But at the end of the day, Airbnb has so many rules to own and operate an actual unit. It kind of affects the value or the desirability of actually running one of these things. Because I don't like all the rules and the permitting and this and that. And it kind of just turns me off.
Yeah.
So I think Airbnb has a real problem with adding another rule. No cameras, right? No.
Right.
Indoor I get to a certain extent, but outdoor cameras that they're banning, it's like you kind of want to have some sort of peace of mind when you're actually renting out your home and operating it like a bread and breakfast or a hotel.
But so explain something to me. So the outdoor cameras, as it relates to Airbnbs, are those not allowed anywhere on the outside of the property, or is it just specific to like a shower,
outdoor
a pool,
showers,
a
outdoor
sauna?
pool, saunas, outdoor backyard play areas, front facing like the door ring cameras are allowed,
Okay.
but you can't have like surveillance cameras anymore. It's really weird.
So what if somebody robs your Airbnb,
You're screwed.
but they do it from the rear, as a lot of, sort of nefarious individuals would?
Yeah.
You can't have one?
Can't have one.
Can you have a Ring doorbell in the back of your house?
That's something I'll have to look into because I was just turned off because I was going to Airbnb the Poway house because I can't sell it.
Yeah.
And I put it online, had 4 bookings right away, but Airbnb flagged it because in one of the pictures,
Oh, there's an outdoor camera facing the pool.
Bro. And they said, hey, you have to make some updates. And then they said something about the pool didn't have markers
Markers. What does that
in
mean?
terms of how deep the pool is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
Interesting.
I have to add markers or whatever to tell people how deep the pool is.
Airbnb sounds a lot like a municipality, right? So like, you have the federal government, you have the state government.
And then you have Airbnb.
Yeah. And then you have like Airbnb, and like they are creating their own governing body, which is really kind of fascist. It's not like anybody's voting on it. They're not like,
Can't.
Well, I'm just saying, right? It's like you would think in a democratic way, right? They would poll both Airbnb guests and Airbnb hosts and ask them like, hey, we're thinking of doing X, agree, disagree. What are your changes that you recommend, right? What
At least give superhosts an opportunity, right?
So what is a superhost?
I think a superhost is a person who has a certain amount of reviews in any given quarter, of positive reviews.
Okay.
And I think it's like 6 to 12 positive 5-star reviews in any given quarter. They give
any
you that
given quarter.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't in that quarter,
Yeah.
you lose your superhost status.
And so as a superhost, you get like a badge, right?
You get the badge, you get preferential treatment in terms of customer service when you call in or you have an issue.
Yeah.
And then your properties I think they get shown more on the algorithm.
I see.
Yeah.
Because it's an impressions game, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I would rather have a vote for rules like no cameras, markers on the pool, permit display.
Yeah.
I have a cabin and they want me to have this big sign, 10 by something, right in front that says this house is an Airbnb.
10 feet?
No, it's something huge.
Okay.
But
It's not a billboard.
no, it's not that big, but it's
Okay.
pretty big.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. And what does it say?
It's supposed to identify the property as a short-term rental, as an Airbnb,
Right.
that meets the city ordinance and then has the occupancy max and something else. And to me, I said, sure, I'll do it, but that just says, hey, come rob me. Like that's
That's the first thing I think of.
perfect opportunity.
We're not home
Yeah.
or for squatters.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm really into that, like, as you know, on TikTok.
Yeah, that's your kind of algo right now.
Yeah, that's my algo right now. It's called squatters something. And I keep sending it to you.
Yeah, you do.
And then you're like, why are you sending me this? And then I hold it down and it hits unsend. And I'm like, sent you
What are you
what?
talking about?
What are you
Yeah.
talking about? You're like, dude, maybe I am going delirious, man. But yeah, like for squatters, for thieves, I think identifying a property is like clear and present danger.
Yeah.
It's like rob me.
Please.
Right.
Here's a sign. And
Here's
I
a
have
sign.
to put it up.
Yeah. No, stop. Slow down. Stop. Pull in. Rob me. Yeah. And rob me from the rear.
Yeah,
Because I don't have any cameras.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught? Here's what you do.
To anyone out there who's thinking of robbing, no, I'm just kidding.
Airbnbs?
Yeah.
You
just
got that
go
code.
through the rear.
Use promo code A Stern Talk.
Lev, we'll put a link down below.
Yeah, please don't.
Oh gosh.
That's the one link.
Yeah.
The fun link.
Lev finally does it. He's like, I did it. We just get like demonetized on YouTube.
Instantly.
All right. So we've hit we've hit the, what do you call it? We've hit the Airbnb topic that I wanted us to talk about. Which kind of leads into what we were talking about, because it's filling up my algo right now, which is like squatters. And there's specifically like there's one TikTok handle that's like all over my algo right now. And he's like, this guy provides services to get squatters out of your house, which, if you own rental property, this is an issue. And specifically, because I don't know, do you call them squatters? Like,
I call them squatters.
yeah, you've got people inside of your properties right now. I've seen some of the posts.
Some of them, yeah.
We'll link it down below.
No, please don't.
No, because
then they follow and then stick with the rules.
I'm talking about the posts where it's
I know.
like recently you were like, hey, I need to get you out of my my house.
A rental, yeah.
Yeah, and the guy's like, it was like Rolo, and he's like, all right, $5,000.
Yeah. Yeah, we have tenant issues every single day.
Yeah.
There was one squatter at our Escondido project. He slept in the carport. He brought his bed,
Yeah.
a nightstand, his pictures. He had a Bible, Jesus pictures, all that stuff. He did it within one night, and he moved in. Luckily, I know a couple people, and we...
He's in a car?
No, I don't know. I don't know how he brought all that stuff over in one night, but he did. And I approached him. I go, hey, man, you can't sleep here. And he's like, good. Sorry. Good luck.
Whoa.
And so I called the cops. I knew a couple people in the police force.
Yeah.
And they came over. And
What'd they do?
they removed him peacefully.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, luckily.
Yeah.
But some people aren't as lucky as I am. So squatters are a big deal. They're just,
the squatty potties.
they're just not, I don't know what to do about them.
Yeah, California, I don't know if this is a California specific problem, but definitely California has passed laws. I don't know if it's like the city of LA. I think it was the city of LA, but it might be a California thing where it was like, you can't tell people how many people can live at that property. And if it's like extended relatives, then they can come in. It's like 16 people to a house, which sounds like, occupancy wise, it just sounds like a danger in and of itself.
Yeah.
But we're talking like beyond rent control and that kind of stuff. So it's like you've got on one side, right, you've got California, they like leaned left. They're like, would defund the police and that type of thing. And now they're kind of walking that back, specifically Gavin Newsom. But then, for landlords, right, they don't seem to have much empathy. The empathy is on the side of the tenant, which, as you can relate, right, a lot of times you're not a rich person that owns these properties. You could just be somebody who's made a few good bets, right? Gotten kind of aggressive with an investment strategy, bought a house, bought another house, decided to rent the other out. And then you get stuck in a situation where, I don't want to call them squatters, but like these are people that are taking advantage of the situation, right? They're not taking care of the place, but they're also, right, not paying rent.
Yeah.
So it's a scary thing. But we got on this sort of diatribe. We got on down this path just because we were talking about really TikTok. I think
TikTok.
That's like hot in the news right now.
You said Gavin Newsom and you were like, TikTok. That reminded me.
Yeah.
TikTok. Where has Gavin been? I haven't heard from him in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's a good question. He's probably just combing his hair with gel.
Wow. That's awesome. That's a good day.
Or cheating on his wife with his best friend's wife.
Can you do that twice?
He's Gavin Newsom. He can do anything he wants, dude. Yeah, man. That guy's...
Can you do that twice and get away with it?
He is a supervillain.
Is he?
He is a supervillain.
Well, once Biden announced that he was rerunning running, I think he kind of faded off. I think he was the backup plan. He was like going to China. And,
I think he was the Manchurian candidate.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, Biden's going to be fine. Biden's wearing Hoka shoes right now for added stability. He's crushing.
Yeah,
I just saw this was brilliant. This is off topic. We'll come back to TikTok in a second.
He's the greatest politician of all time.
Biden's pretty good.
Yeah, he's good.
Lev, you're going to like this part because I know you hate when I go political, but this was good.
Dean?
Biden was like delivering some remarks in the what do you call it room. And somebody, I don't know if he's from Fox News, goes, I've got a question. He calls on him and he goes, you're running for president, but you've got a really bad memory. And he goes, yeah, I don't really think anything's wrong with my memory. Although maybe it is. And that's why I called on you. Next question.
Burn.
Yeah. I mean, listen, dude, I don't want to get political. I don't know who I'm going to vote for, but that was pretty good.
He's good.
That was pretty good.
He's
pretty
good.
funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
He knows when to hide. He knows when to speak. He knows when to bite back. He just 50 years of doing this.
Listen, if he was my grandpa, I'd be stoked.
Making $10 million a year. He's good, dude.
Dude, and his son's having fun.
Where you at, Hunter?
Yeah.
I want to hang out with that guy.
I want to hang out with that dude.
Just
That guy
once.
knows how to party,
Imagine
bro.
having the Secret Service wherever we wanted and we could do whatever we want. That was,
Dude, he's having fun. But going back to TikTok.
yes, China. Oh, speaking of China.
Speaking of China,
buying
TikTok. So I want to give something because I feel like every time we give a little bit of knowledge, right? The algos are
They're pleased.
they're pleased. We're pleasing the algo gods. And I serve to please. I serve at the behest of the algos.
You're an algo pleaser.
But it's like, ByteDance has a product in China, right? That is akin to TikTok. But the types of content that proliferates TikTok or the TikTok version, right, in China is filled with like studying tips and this type of stuff for like the Chinese kids. In the US, it's filled with sexualized, dramatized type of content, which I don't think is really healthy. I don't want my kids watching TikTok. And I think it's come to a head, right? The investors who brought TikTok over, right? There are US investors in it. And I think the government's fed up with it. Specifically about data collection, right?
Yeah, I think
I mean, this is not about sexualizing.
Yeah, they don't care about the music. They want us distracted at the end of the day.
Yeah, or Universal is like, hey man, you can't just be using up all of our music and not paying us. TikTok's like, watch us.
Here we go. But I think it's just strange that when Donald Trump says it, it's a big deal. Remember when he was like, hey, back in 2020, he's like, we got to get rid of this app. It's a danger to society. It's a national threat.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, shut up, dude. You make no sense.
Yeah.
And then 4 years later, here we are. And Joe Biden's like, yep, I'll support that.
And that's the thing, right? It's not about the president. It's really, there's something more. There's an underlying sort of current. And that's what's directing these politicians. And I think the truth is, I don't know what your opinion is, but I think, China would not let Facebook or Instagram or MySpace or Friendster or any of these like social networking platforms.
They don't let anyone in.
No, they don't let anyone in. And listen,
You ever see Talladega Nights?
yeah,
Where Will Ferrell's like, hey, yo, with all due respect, fuck you.
we'll get that in post. Don't
But
worry.
at the end of the day, it is like they don't let us in. So
No.
why do we want their product, like their products and services in our country? We have to stand up for something.
I'm fine with the clothing.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the tennis shoes. I'm fine with the soccer balls.
We pay a good premium. You can't knock their quality.
No, I think, they've got it down. But I think when it comes to specifically with data collection, I think that's where I draw the line.
Well, yeah, no Facebook in China, no Google, no Twitter or whatever it's called now.
Yeah, X.
No X, no Snapchat.
We should have talked about that Don Lemon thing.
We should have.
Yeah.
No Snapchat, no Dropbox, no anything.
No.
Twitch. What's the one app you use?
Slack?
No Slack.
No Slack.
Can't have any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And didn't your favorite app get sold because of that too? What was that one app called? Grindr, yeah. Wasn't that? They were forced to sell. $600 million sale back in the day.
I would have bought that. If I could get, if I could put some
You think
investors.
it's worth more than $600 million now?
I think it's probably worth over $1 billion.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
It'd be close, I think.
Great investment.
But from 2010, I mean, it's not that.
I don't know. We'd have to find out if Grindr's
do the
still
numbers.
popular. We'd have to do the numbers. I feel like I messaged them like a couple years back and asked if we could advertise. And they just never got back to us.
Yeah.
I don't think they want advertisers.
They're probably like a hidden shell company at this point. Like they're still China, but they're not. But we made Grindr sell.
Yeah.
How come no one cared about that?
It's a great question.
I think it's a great move for U.S. politics, for us security wise.
To get rid of TikTok. Yeah, listen, what I read in the news was that ByteDance that owns TikTok refuses to sell it. But I don't know if they'll necessarily have the power to be able to block the sale, because there's U.S. investors on the American side of TikTok that are financing, right?
Yeah.
The infrastructure. Like we were in Playa Vista a couple of weeks ago at Google's headquarters, and what's across the street, right, is the TikTok headquarters.
Yeah.
And so I just think, it's so big that it's hard to control. And I think the U.S. finally realizes on both sides of the aisle, right, the Democrats and Republicans, I think there's just like, listen, dude, like this is a Trojan horse. And I think both sides of the aisle are like, we're not going to allow it anymore. And who knows who's pushing for the sale,
Oh yeah.
right? It could be, right, listen, I don't know, but it could be a company like Google, and it could be a company like Meta saying, all right, this is enough, right? Forcing it, right?
Collusion.
Could be, right?
Could be all of them, right? Could be the Metas, the Snapchats, the
Yeah.
X's. They're just like,
They don't
hey,
want the competition anyhow, right?
Yeah.
Reels was developed, right? Instagram, right? Developed Reels, and YouTube created Shorts, which is like a 9:16 window, right? As opposed to a 1080p square. They created those two products to compete with TikTok.
Yeah.
And obviously, YouTube has done quite well with YouTube Shorts. Reels, I feel like, saved Instagram,
Oh yeah.
right? Like, who wants to see pictures of grandkids and the food that you're eating on Instagram?
For sure.
So,
And I think now's the time to kick TikTok off. I mean, all those companies should be in China, but China has that great firewall, whatever they call it.
yeah,
But now it's time to get China out of here. I mean,
Yeah.
get TikTok out of here, I should say.
I think so.
And I don't
think
even
so.
like it. It's hard to be on that platform. It's hard to advertise on that platform. It's hard to do anything and get some traction. Maybe they just don't like ugly guys like us.
No, I think TikTok is a messier platform. It's a messier platform. It's not as
Sounds mature for sure. Like,
mature, but also not as like, Lev, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like where you make something for someone. It's like, it's not as, it starts with a C. What is the word I'm looking for? It's not as, I feel like Instagram is more professional. It's more contoured for what you're looking for in terms of like algorithmic content. I think with TikTok, like, you'll go on a TikTok.
your brain just
Who
goes.
knows? It could be like a cat in a microwave and a kid falling down a hill and
Next a real estate tip, and then a hot chick, and
hot
then
chick
a
dancing.
Chinese like
ladies
cap
selling.
cut.
Yeah, dude, like
a
Chinese
live
ladies
stream.
selling hats or something. And you're like, what?
You're like, where did this live stream come from?
My favorite, and Lev, I don't know what the guy's name is, but he makes neon signs.
Oh, dude, that guy's dope.
Dude, that guy is sick. He'll do anybody's accent.
I forgot his name.
Hello, I'm the LED neon sign maker, and he's like, "Здравствуйте." It's like he'll do Russians, and he'll do like the like Mexican, like, "What's up, homie?" Like, I know you guys are looking for some neon signs.
Tony.
Yeah,
What's up, homie? It's Tony.
what's up, homie? It's Tony.
You
He's
guys are
amazing.
really having a moment here, you two.
Sorry, we're nerding out. I mean, some of the content you'll get from TikTok is
I saw a
good.
girl sleeping once. She's just sleeping.
She's sleeping in a Tesla.
No, she's just sleeping in the bed.
Yeah.
And people are like liking it. There's 3,000 people watching it. I'm like, this app is fucking doomed.
Do you remember, Lev, during
The NPC era?
oh shit, NPCs be like, sorry, dude. No, do you remember like during COVID, there'd be like these ASMR girls and they'd be like,
They're still doing that.
are they really? With their like long fingernails?
Yeah.
And like guys just send them money. That's what TikTok is. It's like a dumpster fire of creators. And I know obviously we're going to cut this up and put this on TikTok, which is hilarious, but wow, dumpster fire for creators. TikTok goes wild, 10,000 views. Let's go. But it really is. It's just a dumpster fire of a platform. I don't think they've gotten really good at selling stuff. And I think that's one of the issues with TikTok as it relates to its own investors, where I think if you're looking to sell something, if you're looking to monetize something on Instagram, you've got a much better chance.
It's more professionalized.
Yeah.
You have a
Curated.
Better, ooh, there you
That
go.
was
there
the
it is,
word.
yeah.
Nice.
Curated. I said like contoured.
Yeah.
Curated was the word. The content on, like, I'll just clean this up for
go ahead.
Tyler.
Yeah.
But I think like when you compare Instagram versus TikTok, the content on Instagram is more professional and is more curated. It's just more polished. And then conversely on TikTok, I think the content is more really and truly, it's just a dumpster fire amalgamation of, of creators of varying degrees of both creativity and skill. You know, you'll get a cat, you know, swimming in a pool. You'll get a birthday cake that, you know, lights on fire while grandma's like getting, you know, her birthday song at 98.
From the 5 Nigerians.
Yeah. And they're like carrying her casket. You'll get a pretty girl doing a really dumb and simple dance. And you're like, why has anybody watched that? And then you'll get these ASMR girls with the long fingernails. You're like, thank you for the donation. Thank you. Thank you. So it's just, you know, for me, TikTok is a waste of time. I really don't see how you monetize that.
And I think that's why people aren't at an uproar, right? No one seems to care.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
They're ready for it to.
And this is the time to get China, because China's in a bad spot. Unemployment really is at like 40% in China.
Nice.
Real estate valuations have plunged in China. Obviously, you have Evergrande and some of these other large developers that have gone bankrupt. China is now bolstering and backing the banks to aggressively and more consistently make these real estate loans that they shouldn't to consumers, because the consumer, not only consumer property valuations down in China, but the banks that make the loans have just been like, you know, I'm not going to do it. Yeah. And so now China's like pushing these banks to do it, which, you know, all these Chinese banks are owned by the government anyway. So
to wrap it up, I don't think they're going to be able to sell it in 6 months. 1, 2, I think it's all clickbait for now. Hopefully it goes. We'll see what happens in 6 months, but
I think it is clickbait, and you're right. We should wrap this up, but I think it leads into the election and it gives fodder, right, for both sides of the aisle to talk about in the run up to the presidential election.
But it's like, sorry, we're going to keep this going, but
sorry, love. Fuck.
We're good.
Thank you.
Keep it going. Keep doing that.
But it's just funny that I mentioned that Donald was against it 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like, I think Biden is using he's pulling like the 8 Mile Eminem. You know, when Eminem's rapping,
You better lose yourself.
yeah, and he's just telling everyone what his faults are in life. Like, he's like, I am dumb, I rap, I live in a trailer park. Like, I think Biden's just using up all of Trump's old moves. So when Trump comes to the mic, he has nothing left to say or like take credit for.
Yeah.
He can't say like, oh, I said that first. Right. It's not going to work.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
And then all of a sudden immigration and the borders cleaned up, and Trump can't be like, I tried to tell you guys. Yeah. It's like, oh, it's already cleaned up.
It's already cleaned up, bud.
We built the wall and everything, buddy. Sorry. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for your idea.
So I think that's what's happening with TikTok. It's more of like a clickbait political move. So
we'll find out. We're at the sort of tail end of March.
you got to do something.
Yeah.
Kind of running low on time, don't you
Yeah,
think?
they are running low on time.
I was hoping for interest rates to collapse by now, gas prices to come down.
Listen, we'll talk tomorrow. We're going to put together.
We're going backwards.
Yeah. But I think we need to talk about interest rates, because we don't have time today, but we need to talk about interest rates because it is something on the topic of every consumer's mind. So is the EV market, because that has imploded. Rivian, Lucid, BYD, Tesla stocks in the dumpster. There's so much content to make around that.
Just anytime, I keep thinking of that Don Lemon interview with Elon.
We'll get to it tomorrow.
He was like,
we'll get to it tomorrow. Look at this guy, dude. Lev's giving us the indication that we have
you
to
gotta
wrap
go,
up.
Lev?
Yeah.
Where you got to go?
I think he thinks our content sucks.
Oh, probably.
I guess we'll see you guys next time. Adios.
Yeah.